So this dance is a dance that was choreographed actually by myself and two of my classmates in line 2 at Oregon State, Lily and Dani. This is a 64 count dance to the song Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. It's about an improver level. It's a phrase dance, so that means there's both an A part and a B part. Each are 32 to create that entire 64 counts of choreography. I'll go through each part separately and then show and tell how they fit together. There'll be one restart in about the middle of the dance, but I'll go over that later. So let's get started with the choreography. So I'm first going to go over the A part. This dance, or this choreography goes to the chorus of the song, and for this dance, the song starts with a chorus. So this will be the first thing you hear and the first part of the dance that you do. This dance has quite a few wall changes, so I'm going to show the steps in a couple different orientations. I'm going to start facing this back wall here as my wall 1, but then I'll also, so I'll go through the dance with that starting as the wall 1, but then I'll also show it in different orientations so you can get the footwork. So let's get started here. So our first A count is going to start weighted on our right foot, so ready to move our left foot. And the first couple counts here, you're going to start with a point out with your left foot, and then you're going to bring it up about into your middle here for a hitch, and then back down with a point. So that first count will look like a point, hitch, point, and that's going to be on the counts 1 and 2. So there's that, and then from here, our 3 and 4 is going to be a kick forward with our left, then you're going to bring that down to meet your right, and then kick out or point out with your right foot. So those 2 counts is going to be a kick and point, or a left and right, and this is on the counts 3 and 4. Okay, so it's 4 counts, let's put those together, because it's a lot of movement at one time. So starting with those touch, hitch, touch, or point, hitch, point. So here we go, weighted in our right, moving our left foot first. Here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, point, hitch, point, kick, and point. Let's do that a couple times for repetition here. 5, 6, 7, 8, point, hitch, point, kick, and point. One more time with the steps. 5, 6, 7, 8, point, hitch, point, kick, and point. Now with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to do it facing this way a couple times as well, just so you can see it from the front orientation, but I find learning generally it helps if I'm facing away from the camera there. So a couple times this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, touch, hitch, touch, kick, and point. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, point, hitch, point, kick, and point. Okay, so let's move on from here. So I'm gonna, again, continue facing the line of dance here. So we just came out of our point, hitch, point, kick, and point. Then from here, we're gonna take a step down on that right foot, putting weight into it. And then you're going to do a half turn over your right shoulder to face the wall behind you while hitching your left leg. So it's going to look like a step hitch. And then you can kind of slap your leg here if you want a little or not, up to you. But doing that faster, so you came out of your kick and point, and then it's going to be step hitch. It's easier when it's faster. But one more time there, so it's going to be out of the point, step, hitch. And then from here, you're going to do 3 hip bumps. So your first one is going to be down on your left, then you're going to go hip with your right, and left hip. So that bringing your foot down from the hitch, that left foot down from the hitch, is your first hip bump, and then it's right, left. So for counts for that, you have your right foot pointed here, out of that point, and it's gonna be a 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that those hip bumps are on 7 and 8. I'm going to show that going the other way too, so you can see it from the back. So if we came out of our right point here, so our point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Okay, so that's both orientations. So I'm going to show that a couple more times facing the line of dance and then from the front as well. So here we go for those first 8 counts. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Okay, let's do that with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and then I'm going to do it facing this way as well, so you can see that. So starting from the beginning with our point, hitch, point. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Okay, so that's our first 8 counts. I'm going to go back to facing where we were. So I'm going to go from the beginning and then start the next 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Then from here, you're weighted in your left because it's a left hip, left hip. So you're weighted in your left, ready to move your right foot. And then this right foot is going to do a sweep. So you're kind of dragging your foot along the floor as you're doing a half turn over your left shoulder. So that looks like this. You're going to drag around and then moving your weight into your right foot. And that's going to last 2 counts. So that's the first 2 counts of our second 8 count. So you're going to go 1, 2, and now you have your weight in your left, or in your right foot, sorry. And then you're going to finish out that 4 count with a left sailor step, which looks like bringing your left foot behind your right, putting weight back into your right foot, and then bringing the left out to the side. So it's going to be a back, together, forward. It's not a great way to describe that. Anyway, so bringing your left foot behind, transferring weight back onto your right, and then bringing your left foot up to meet. So it's going to be a left, right, left. So left sailor. So let's go from the beginning there, putting that sweep and the sailor together. So you just came out of your hip bumps, and then you're going to go right sweep, left sailor to transfer weight into your left foot. Okay, from here to finish out the 8 count, we're going to do 2 turning shuffles to make a full turn. So you just came out of that left sailor, and now we're going to first do a right shuffle because our weight's in our left. So it's going to be a right, left, right. We're going to make a half turn over our left shoulder. So it's going to be a right, left, right. So you're kind of making the turn as you're shuffling, and then you're going to keep that momentum going again over our left shoulder, but this is going to be with a left shuffle, so it's going to be left, right, left. So limited space here, I'm going to step back a little, show that again. So we just did our left sailor, weights in our left, and now it's going to be a right half shuffle, left half shuffle. So you should end up facing that same wall, doing a full rotation over your left shoulder. So let's do that one more time. So we just came out of our left sailor, and that's going to be a right shuffle, left shuffle. Should end with our weight on our left. Okay, so let's put that 8 count together, and then we'll do the first 16 counts. So we're facing this way after our hip bumps, and then this 8 count starts with the right sweep. So it's going to be a right sweep, left sailor, right shuffle, left shuffle. Let's do that with counts, and then we'll do the whole thing before moving on. So starting this way, starting with our right sweep. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Okay, awesome. So let's start from the beginning. We'll go through this first 16 counts once before adding on more, starting with the third 8 count. Okay, so from the top, starting weighted on our right, moving our left foot first on those points. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Right sweep, sailor step, right shuffle, left shuffle. Okay, so now that we're here, take a couple steps back here, just to show. So we came out of our left shuffle, we're weighted on our right. This next 8 count is slightly weird in its counting, just because this one we really tried to make match the lyrics. So I'll explain that as I go here. So we have weighted on our left, and then these first 2 counts is going to just be walking. So you're going to walk forward on your right, and then forward on your left. Yes. So 1, 2 is going to be the counts on there. So pretty simple here. But then our and 3 is going to be a hip bump up and down. So it's going to be a 1, 2, and 3. So to show that one more time, so it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. One more time with the step. So it's a step, step, hip, bump. And then from here, you're going to go into a coaster step with your left foot. So you're going to bring your left foot behind, your right foot to meet, and then your left foot forward. And that's going to be on the counts 4 and 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Let me check that real quick. Perfect. Yes. Okay. So let's finish out that 8 count. It kind of goes better all together. So we just had our step, step, hip, bump, left coaster, and now 6 and 7 is going to be another turning shuffle, but this is a quarter shuffle, again over your left shoulder. So we just came out of our left coaster, and now we're going to do a right quarter turning shuffle. So you're going to go right, left, right, just to make a quarter shuffle to your left. And then we're going to finish this out on the 8 with a slide to the left, leaving your right foot kind of pointing here, ready to move. The next 8 count starts with moving that right foot. Okay, so let's put that all together for that 8 count. And we'll do it a few times with steps, and then a few times with the counts. So we just came out of our left turning shuffle. So we have our weight on our left foot, and we're going to go walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, right quarter shuffle, slide. So that one more time. Oh, I won't mess up that time. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, quarter shuffle, slide. So that one more time, and then with counts. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, quarter shuffle, slide. Okay, I'm going to show that facing this way as well, just so you can see that rotation and everything. So coming out of that left quarter shuffle, sorry, left half shuffle, we have our weight on our left, starting this third 8 count with the walks. 5, 6, 7, 8. Walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, quarter shuffle, slide. Okay, I'm going to go back to the line of dance, do the counts a couple times, then we'll put it all together for our first 3 quarters of this A part. Okay, here we go. So, starting with the walks. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. Awesome. Okay, so let's do the whole dance up until this point. So we have 3 8 counts for a total of 24. We just have 1 8 count to go. So here we go, starting with our left point hitch points. So weighted on our right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point hitch point, kick in, point, step, hitch, left, right, sweep, left sailor, right turning shuffle, left turning shuffle, walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, quarter shuffle, slide. Okay, let's do that once with counts, and then we'll move on. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick in, point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Right sweep, left sailor, right shuffle, walk, walk, hip, bump, left coaster, right quarter shuffle, slide. Realized I said I was going to do it with counts, and I did it with steps. So now we'll do it one more time, actually with counts. Here we go. Keeping me on my toes. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. Okay, so now for the final 8 counts. So as I mentioned, we come into that slide. We have this right foot loose and ready to move. So our first 2 counts are going to be 2 heels. So you're going to heel with your right and heel with your left. So coming out of that slide, it's going to be heel, heel for 1, 2. So just go pretty quick, so make sure you're coming out of the slide. It's going to be 8, 1, 2. And from here, we're going to do a right scissor step. I'm going to show it facing this wall, and I'll go back to the wall we're supposed to be on. So that scissor step, you just did your heel, heel, and then you're going to bring your right foot out, shift weight onto your left, and right foot cross. So that's going to look like heel, heel, scissor step. So that scissor step is on the 3 and 4. One more time there, and then I'll go back to the line of dance. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So then from here, we did our heel, heel, scissor step. You're going to take a step out on your left. Then you're going to hitch with your right. You're going to put it behind your left. You can tap your foot if you want. I don't have shoes on right now, but you can tap your foot there. So it's going to be step out with your left, hitch with your right, and then you're going to take a step down, and then do a half turn around and tap on your left. This is important here to tap rather than putting full weight because we want to be weighted on our right foot to end this dance, because both the A part and the B part will start with moving our left foot. So we want to be weighted in our right. So a little tricky there, but essentially after we do our step hitch, you're going to turn all the way around with that right foot in the center as your mark there, and then touch with your left. So yeah, I'm going to show a slightly different orientation just so you can practice. Again from here, so we had our heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn around to tap. Then you have this left foot out and ready to move. Okay, I'm going to go back to the line of dance, do that one more time with steps, once with counts, and then we'll add it all on for the whole A part. So here we go, from our heels, starting, out of that slide, weighted in our left, right foot ready to move. 5, 6, 7, 8, heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn around. Okay, once with counts, and then we'll tack it all together. So here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, awesome. So that's the entire dance. So let's put it all together now from the top. Do it once with steps and once with counts before we move on to the B part. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Right sweep, left sailor, right turning shuffle, left turning shuffle. Walk, walk, hit, bump, coaster, step, right quarter shuffle. Slide, heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn around. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna do it one more time with counts, and then we'll move on to part B. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. Weighted in our right, moving our left foot. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that is the whole A part. Keep watching for the B part. Thank you. Okay, so now to start part B. So part B goes to the verses as well as the pre and post chorus sections. And I'll go over how those all fit together at the end. But start with the choreography. So as you remember, we ended our dance facing this way. We did our heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn around. So we're facing this way, which would be 3 o'clock in the walls. So I'm going to again show the choreography in the line of dance it's supposed to, but also turn and do different angles so it's easier to see. So starting, we ended with our weight on our right foot. Remember, we just tapped when we turned around. So this first section, the first 8 counts, is going to be a series of behind side cross with 2 hip bumps. So starting here, I'm going to actually show it going this way first because it's just easier. So we start with our weight on our right. Then we're going to bring our left foot behind to cross behind our right. So that's going to be the behind, and then go side with our right, and then cross over in front with our left. And then we're going to do 2 hip bumps to the right. So bring your right foot out and go hip, hip. And then you're going to do the same thing back the other way. So bring our right foot behind our left foot out, and then our right foot over. And then do 2 hip bumps on our left. So hip, hip, to end with our weight in our left. So let's say I'll do that a little bit faster here. So starting weighted in our right, we're going to go behind, side, cross, hip, hip, behind, side, cross, hip, hip. One more time here. Right, left, right. Sorry. Starting again. It's going to be left, right, left, going to the right. So weighted in our right, we're going to go left, right, hip, right, left, hip, left, hip. And then the counts for this, one more time. So weighted in our right, it's going to be 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I'm going to show that one more time, but in the actual line of dance. So remember, we were facing this way towards 3 o'clock. We came and we did our step, hitch, turn around with this tap. So we have our left foot ready to go into our behind side cross. So here we go. So it's a behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. Okay, so now we're weighted in our left foot, and that's our first 8 count. So moving on to the second 8 count. Our first steps are going to be a pivot turn. So you're going to bring your right foot forward, turn over your left shoulder to face the opposite wall, which would be 9 o'clock. And then from here, you're going to do what's called a 2-step turn. So you're going to bring your, essentially do the same thing again, a right pivot turn. So a pivot and then another turn around, so it's a full turn. So to show that all together, it's going to be a right pivot 2-step turn. So you should end with your weight on your left foot. That 2-step turn, just what it sounds, 2 steps, right then left to make a full turn. Okay, one more time there and then we'll move on. So you're going to bring your right foot around for the pivot. So pivot, turn, 2-step turn. Okay, lost my balance a little bit there, but you're going to end with your left foot weighted. And then from here, we're going to do what's called a rocking chair. So a rocking chair is going to be a rock forward on the right, recover on the left, rock backward on the right, recover on the left. But it's going to be fast, so it's going to be on 5 and 6 and. So it's going to be rock, recover. So pretty quick there. So you're kind of like hopping back and forth. So it's 1 and 2 and. This will actually be on 5 and 6 and. So 5 and 6 and. You're just putting a little bit of weight into that front foot and then into that back foot. Let's put that together with the pivot 2-step turn. So here we go, weighted in our left. After those hip bumps, we're going to go pivot, turn, 2-step turn, rock, recover. Let's do that with counts, and then I'll add that last 2 counts of this in. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and. Okay, and then to finish out this 8 count, we're going to be weighted on our left. We're just going to do a quarter turn over our left shoulder. So you're going to bring your right foot around, quarter turn to the back wall, so 6 o'clock. Yeah, so let's do that whole 8 count, and then we'll put it together with our behind side cross hip bumps from the first 8 count. So here we go, starting with that pivot turn. So it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Pivot turn, 2-step turn, rocking chair, quarter turn. That's about the pace it goes. Let's do that one more time with counts, and then we'll add it in. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I'm going to go in the line of dance for this one. Now that we saw the behind side crosses from the back making more sense, we're going to go from the line of dance, so facing wall 3. 3 o'clock. Yes, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So here we go. Facing this way. So weighted in our left, weighted in our right. We just came from the end of the A part or the end of the B part, which we haven't gone to yet, but weighted in our right and doing those behind side crosses starting to our right. So it's going to be a behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, rocking chair, and quarter turn. Awesome, let's do that once with counts and then we'll move on. So from here, weighted in our right, coming off of the end of the last part, 5, 6, 7, 8, behind side cross, I was gonna do counts. We're gonna start over. Here we go with counts. Weighted in our right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and 7, 8. Okay, so to move on, this next bit is probably one of the more challenging bits of the song. So to start our third 8 count, we're going to start with most of a jazz box. So a jazz box, I'm going to show it actually facing the other way, just so you can see my feet, and then we'll come back into our line of dance. So the jazz box, we just did our quarter turn, ended with our weight on our left foot, and now for this jazz box, you're going to bring your right foot over your left to cross, and then you bring your left foot behind, and then your right out to meet in a parallel line here. So to show that one more time, weighted in your left, you're going to bring right foot across, left foot behind, right foot back. And that's going to be on a 1 and 2, so it's going to be pretty fast. So it's going to be a cross behind side. Let's do that a couple more times. We have weighted our left, so cross behind side. One more time here. Cross behind side. One more with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. And then from here, you're going to do a left cross shuffle. I'm going to show it here real quick before going back to our line of dance. So you just came out of your cross behind side, weighted in our right, and then we're going to go left shuffle. So it's a left, right, left, and that's on 3 and 4. Okay, so let's go back to our line of dance, which is facing this way. Now we're going to do that jazz box. So it's going to be a cross behind side, left shuffle. Do that one more time. Put those 4 counts together. So it's going to be a cross behind side, left shuffle. Okay, now to finish out this 8 count, we're going to do a side rock. So on our right, we're going to rock to the side, recover back on the left, and then finish it out with a right sailor step. So that's going to be a right behind the left, weight back in the left, and then right to the side, transferring weight there. So let's just go from the beginning of this 8 count with the jazz box. So here we go. Remember, starting with crossing the right over the left. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross behind out, left shuffle, rock, recover, right sailor. Okay, one more time there. Starting with that jazz box. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross behind side, left shuffle, rock, recover, right sailor. Okay, anyway, weight in the right. Okay, so this is 3/4 of the way through the dance. Let's start from the beginning and then we'll learn the last 8 count. So starting with our behind side cross hip bumps, moving to our right, but starting with our left foot first. So here we go, weighted in our right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, rocking chair, and quarter pivot. Cross behind side, left shuffle, rock, recover, right sailor. Okay, so one more time since I messed up the wording there a little bit, and then we'll move on. So starting weighted in our right, moving to our right, but moving our left foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. Behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. Pivot, turn, 2-step turn, rocking chair and quarter turn. Right behind side, left shuffle, rock, recover, sailor step. Okay, awesome. So here we ended our third 8 count, weighted in our right. So now we're going to be moving our left to do a left sailor. So we just came out of a right sailor, do the same thing but on our left foot, so left sailor. So that's going to be 1 and 2, weighted in our left. And then for 3, 4, it's going to be a pivot turn, half pivot turn to the wall behind you. So you're going to do right foot in front, pivot around to face the back wall. And that's going to be for beats 3, 4. So let's add that together and then do the last 4. So we just came out of our right sailor, and then we're going to go left sailor, pivot, turn. Okay, so that's 1 and 2, 3, 4. And then from here, you're going to do a 2-step turn, but it's going to be a half turn. So we're going to bring our right around to make a quarter turn, and then our left foot around to finish that half turn. So let's do that a couple times from the top. That's kind of a tricky move. So starting from our left sailor. So it's going to be left sailor, pivot, turn, 2-step turn. Ending with weight in our left. We're going to finish this 8 count off and finish the dance with a right coaster step. So you're going to bring your right foot behind, your left foot back to meet your right foot, and then your right foot in front, ending with the weight on the right. As I've said, we always want to end with weight on our right, because both parts of our dance start with moving the left foot. Okay, let's do that entire 8 count now. So starting with the left sailor step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left sailor, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, right coaster. Awesome. One more time, and then we'll do the counts and add to the beginning. Just a moment here. Okay. So, beginning of this 8 count, starting with our left sailor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left sailor, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, right coaster. Awesome. Once it counts, and then we'll do the whole thing. So starting with that left sailor. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so that's the whole dance. We're now in both the A part and the B part. Let's put the B part all together now, since we haven't done that yet, and then I'll show kind of the transitions and how, and the restart, and how everything works together. Okay, so starting from the beginning of the B part, we're facing our 3 o'clock wall, starting with those behind side crosses. So here we go, weighted in our right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. Pivot, turn, 2-step turn, rocking chair and quarter turn. Right behind left, cross shuffle, rock, recover, sailor step, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, right coaster. Okay, awesome. So that's the whole B part. So now let's talk about the restart. And actually, we'll go over the whole structure of the dance, because then the restart will come up. So I'm going to bring out my step sheet here. I've created a step sheet as part of this dance. So the structure of this dance, as I mentioned, we'll start with the A part because the song starts with the chorus. So you're going to do the A part once, and then you'll do the B part twice for the first verse and the pre-chorus. So that'll just run through like normal. And then we're coming upon the second chorus. You'll do the A part again. So it'll go A, B, B, A. And then after the second chorus, we have a post-chorus. It's only 8 counts. So this is where our restart is going to be. So it's going to go A, B, B, A. And then you're going to do B, but just the first 8 counts, before restarting with B again for the second verse. So I'm going to show how this restart goes, and then go on with the rest of the dance. So this restart is just going to be the first 8 counts twice, essentially. So you're going to do those 8 counts, restart, start the dance over. So that's just going to be our behind side cross hip bumps as that restarts in part B. So starting weighted on our right, I'm just going to show that whole thing. So you're going to do it twice. So starting weighted on our right, moving our left. 5, 6, 7, 8. Behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip, restart, behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. And then you go into that pivot, turn, and 2-step turn, and so on. So yeah, that's how the restart works. So as I mentioned, it'll go A, B, B, A, B, restart, and then you do 2 more full walls of B for verse 2 and pre-chorus 2, and then we'll do A, half of A. So A will be for the final chorus, the bridge, and then there's a 16 count outro in which you'll do the first half of A. So to recap, and this will be in the description as well, the song goes A, B, B, A, B with a restart, B, B, A, half of A. So it's a little complex. It's not really a normal pattern. I suggest listening to the song a few times and kind of following along with the step sheet so you can tell where the different parts go, and you'll really be able to hear it, hopefully. We tried to choreograph so that the A part really went with the chorus and the B part really went with the verses. So that is pretty much everything. Before we go, I'm going to show real quick just the transition from A to A, and then A into B, as well as B into B and B into A, which is a lot. Essentially, I'm just going to start with our A to B transition because that's the first that happens. So let's just do the last 8 count of the A part, which starts with those heels. And then we'll go into the first 8 count of the B part, which is the behind side cross. So I'm just going to show all of these starting facing this back wall. They'll happen at various walls. But yeah, so I'll start facing this wall, which is my 12 o'clock. So here we go. I'm starting from that last 8 count. We're going to do those heels, last 8 count of the A. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn, around. Behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. Okay, so that's our A to B transition. And then I'm going to go back, and then the next transition that happens is a B to B. So I'm going to show that one next. So our B part, let's do the last 8 counts of, so that starts with a left sailor step, and then we'll go into the beginning of the B. So our last 8 counts of B part, starting with the left sailor step. Here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left sailor, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, right coaster, behind side cross, hip, hip, behind side cross, hip, hip. Okay, so that's the B to B transition. And then our next transition is B to A. So I'm going to show that. So again, starting with the left sailor, those last 8 counts. Here we go, straight into, I said B to A. And then we'll start again with the toe, hitch, toe, or point, hitch, point for the A part. So we're going to go B to A. So here we go, last 8 counts of the B part, starting with our left sailor. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Left sailor, pivot, turn, 2-step turn, right coaster, left hitch, left, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Okay, so that's the B to A transition. Again, you always want to end with weight in your right, so you're moving your left. And then the last transition we haven't covered is A to A. So that won't happen till the end of the dance. Those last 3 sections are going to be A's. So let's show that. So the last 8 counts of A, starting with the heels, going into the first 8 counts of A, starting with our point, hitch, point. So here we go, starting with our heels, last 8 count of A. 5, 6, 7, 8. Heel, heel, scissor, step, step, hitch, turn around. Point, hitch, point, kick and point, step, hitch, hip, hip, hip. Okay, if you're feeling a little bit shaky on transitions, watch that last part over a few times. That way you really get the feel for it. That's kind of where I get messed up the most, is in those transitions and remembering, which one you're going to, depending upon where you're coming from. So just get really comfortable with those. As I said, listen to the song, get a feel for it. I think it's a really fun dance. We had a lot of fun choreographing it. I hope you'll have fun with it too, and thank you so much for watching.